Page 36, Amazing Grace. We get to use the triplets we've been working on here. And they're also introducing you to a new thing you got to know called a DS al fine at the top. It's kind of abbreviated, some Italian stuff going on. I preached and preached that DC means go back to the beginning. Well, DS means go back to the sign. That's all. Because if you look over on page 37 at the end of the second line, you'll see above the staff DS al fine. Now if it said DC al fine, then you go back to the beginning. But it doesn't. DS, the sign, you got to find the sign. Well, the sign is a crazy looking S thing at the beginning of the third line on page 36. So instead of going to the beginning, you go to there. And you go to fine. Fine is at the bottom of page 36. And they should have put in the thin and thick bar line there, in my opinion, because that's the end of the piece. They didn't. They just put in 2 thin bar lines for a section break. But I won't get into that. It doesn't affect how we play it. 3/4 time, 1 sharp, so we're in G major or E minor. Well, look at the end, at the bottom there on page 36 where the fine is. You're here. That's a G major chord. So I guess we're in G major, huh? Right hand first, you have a pickup beat. We come in on beat 3. Second finger. 1, 2. Now sing third, lift up and do 5th finger again. 3 and 3 and. I don't like going from here to here. That's so unmusical. All we got to do is do 1/4, and you can reach that with a little finger right there and connect it. So I recommend a here, 2. And here, you don't have to do that. Just reach down with a little finger and go. You don't have to cross over the thumb. And then go on. You're ending with the thumb there. But then for the quarter note, go ahead and use second finger. This sets you up to do it again. 4th finger, and they're saying 3. I say go ahead and 5th finger. Here, you just stay there until the quarter note and use 3rd finger. And then 2/5. I think that's easier than what they're doing. You're stretching out a little bit, but you're going to do that playing the piano, so we just as well get into it. And then 3. And cross over, 3rd finger. Connect these for now. Try and play this legato. And then 2nd finger again. Here you're pretty much stuck moving up. You don't have to go 3rd finger. You could go up to 5th finger if you wanted, but 3rd finger's work. And then you're coming back down, C major, C minor, and a G. Just get all the notes down at the same time for each of these chords. And their fingering is fine. Then for 37, the melody goes over to the left hand, so you're just playing chords softly. Here, and then again, and a C chord, blah, 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 blah. Go to the second line, the last 2 measures. I recommend a 2/5, then a 1/5, and then there's fingering. I want to feel this here, so I do that. And then when you go back to the sign, you're in position, like so. For the left hand, at the beginning here, you keep it soft. You're here. I recommend a 5/2. Because now I'm in position for the next one. And then here. And now you can do a 5/1 if you want. But then the 4th line down, back to 5/2 again. The reason is because we're preparing what's coming. So I'm always looking ahead to see what's coming to decide how to finger what I need now. So if I can prepare myself for that later, I do. I can't always. Sometimes I have to just deal with now. But if I can prepare that, I will. And here, rather than 5/1, it makes it easier to get to here if I do a 5/2. So I do. last line, you're down here, and it's a 1 crossover. It's like part of a G major scale. Now on page 37, the left hand gets the melody. And they're saying here, crossover. Can if you want, you don't have to, because you're going to lift up between the last note of the previous line and the D. You're going to lift up because it's a new phrase. You can play that 5th finger if you want here, and 3rd finger. And now you're in position. I don't have to cross over. So at the top of page 37, I recommend a 5-3. And then here. Just stay here. Now here you can cross over or cross the thumb under. This puts you in position for what's coming. But at the last note in that line, I recommend 5th finger again and finger the 2nd line the same way you did the 1st line. 3 and 1. And then 3 on the A. So you can reach the D. There's nothing wrong with the fingering the book provides. I'm just giving you an alternate fingering. There's probably other fingerings to use. I just don't like moving my hands quite like the way they're suggesting if I don't have to. Put the hands together slowly. So it's here, 2. You gotta hold the left hand down. It's a dotted half note. Now lift the left hand up here. It's got a rest, so the D's by itself. Hand's tied there, hang on to it. Now the left hand has a rest, so go on. You get the idea, I hope. I don't want to play it all for you. Let's go over to page 37. You're here. Make sure you lift up on these rests in the right hand here. Get the idea? The last 2 measures, the 2nd line, you're here. The left hand's tied, hang on to it, and then lift up the left hand so the last note, the right hand's by itself. The left hand needs to move anyway, this gives you a chance. Then we add as far as the articulation goes, it's really the slurs, and I don't agree with their slurs at all. They're here, and then you would lift up. I would not break a slur in the middle of a word. No, how unmusical can you get? That's not a challenge, that's just a rhetorical question. That should all be connected. Connect this. Connect this. All of that should be connected. Now you can lift up. Connect this. Now you lift up. Connect this. Connect this. Now lift up. You got to lift up with the hands, but we're going to connect it with the pedal because it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any silence there. So I totally disagree with their slurs on here. I'm going to turn them into phrases. Connect the phrase. The whole phrase is legato. The top of page 37. Again, I want the phrase connected here. Connect this. In the left hand. Connect all of this together. Now you can lift up if you want here. It's not really the end of a sentence, but it's the end of a thought, so you can do that. So connect these again. Now lift up, but keep the right hand down. It's a half note, so you just. That's connected in the left hand, and there in the 2nd line. All legato, all together. You just have rests in the right hand occasionally. And you add the dynamics. These dynamics are suggestions. You feel it, and that goes to the melody. They say moderately loud. That's the melody. Everything else has to be soft. Toward the end of the second line, they want you to crescendo up to a loud. That note is loud. Don't get loud before that note. These left-hand notes, you're getting a little louder, but the left hand was soft. And the left hand never gets really loud. Here, just go up a little bit. You're given the illusion of the right hand is getting louder by the left hand getting louder. It gives the illusion that this increases. And then you're loud. That's the top note in the right hand. Now back down to moderately loud. And here, they say the last time retardando. So the first time you just keep going. Second time you slow it down. And each time you get softer, down to soft. None of this is melody. All of this is the same and it's soft. Then you're loud over here, and that's the left hand. The right hand, they got medium soft there, which they don't need, but it's nice of them to do that because you do that anyway, I hope. Crescendo a little bit. Now you're loud in the right hand. So when you go back, you're loud in the right hand. That's the dynamics. As far as the speed goes, about that speed, I think. How fast would you sing it? You'll hear different people doing this at different speeds. You'll have to decide for yourself. Feel it. Feel the music. Feel the dynamics. Feel the speed. Then we add some pedal to smooth it out in some places. And really it's more for the overtones anyway, because if you finger it right, it's legato anyway, except it'd be nice to connect these chords in the left hand, and we need pedal to do that. There's going to be overlapping pedal, so I'm going to play the notes first, and then the pedal goes down, and when I change the pedal, I'm going to do it after I play the notes. So the pedal overlaps the notes just a little bit. So at the beginning, I play the notes first and then the pedal. And I'm going to change the pedal after I play the notes in the next measure. Each time. Now here, I'm going to lift the pedal with the hands. I don't want any pedal on that last note. I want to hear silence there. So I'm going to lift the pedal with the hands. And I'll push the pedal down after I play the notes in the next line. Here, the third measure of the second line, I lift the pedal up after I play the notes. So again, the second measure is here. And I don't know why they want pedal there, because I want to lift up so there's silence before I go on. And if I put pedal down, I got to lift the pedal up with the hands before I go on. So I'm going to lift the pedal up with the hands. However, this time I have to pedal this note. I don't want to, but it's the only way to connect it to the next note. And that's because this key is in this chord that I need. And in order to play it with the chord, I have to let up on it. Well, that disconnects it. See, I can't connect them that way when they do that. So I'm going to pedal it to connect it. Like so. But I'm still going to lift up after the half note here, so there's silence. And here I'm lifting up with the right hand, the last measure of the third line. And I'm not pedaling the last beat. stop at the end before you go on. We're not pedaling this page hardly at all. It gives a nice contrast because when you use a lot of pedal like this, you're adding all these overtones. And when we get to page 37, it's kind of a drier, cleaner tone. It's contrast. Until the last couple measures, the second line. Now we add pedal because we're getting ready to come back. And here, again, I'm going to lift up before I play the quarter note, but I have to pedal the quarter note so I can connect this note to the next note here. And that's my opinion of the pedal. Let's play this together slowly. Double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do dynamics. I'll give us 2 counts. Ready, go. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Off. And they give a little discount bit, a little duet bit for a flute or any instrument that can play those notes up high is welcome to. It's a counter melody type thing to go with what you're doing. It's a little tricky because the rhythm in that is different than the rhythm. I mean, it has triplets, but they're in a different place than yours. So I'm going to try and play that, and if you want to play your part with that, go ahead. So I sped this up a little bit. Now I don't have a note on your pickup beat. You play that by yourself. So I'll go ahead and play that note with you, and then I'll play this discount part here. So I'll give us 2 counts and then go ahead and start. Just remember to concentrate on your part because the rhythm in this thing is different than yours. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, rest. 1, 2, 1, 2, rest. 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, rest, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2.